Hello, Boris Pravisham here. Welcome to Space Engineers. I just spent 50 minutes trying to log in to the Nidd whitelist server. And this isn't just a server-specific problem. This is everything for me. It just takes that long to load a game. And my computer's not that bad. It's just how the game apparently is at the moment. So this is what you're getting today, the main menu. Because as soon as I managed to actually log in, it said server host had left the game. I'm not bothering to do that again. So I hope you're happy with this, because if you're not, I couldn't be asked to help you. I'm sorry. Anyway, the reason that I'm doing this is because the Nidd whitelist server is going to be reset. We're going to start it again from scratch. That is a world that's existed since October 2014 for people watching, sometime in the future. This is May 2015, which is a very long time for a Space Engineers world to exist. Okay, if you've played on any server that has any reasonable amount of activity, you will know that it's not that doesn't work. The only reason that the whitelist server has gone on as long as it has is because we had a drop-off after a whole bunch of other things happened, and there's really only been 2, occasionally 3 of us. At the moment 1, because Anubis is the only one that can get on and play and record regularly. He does an episode every week. They're all great. You should go watch them. I mean, not that I watch them, but that's because I play with him. I kind of like to find things out as we go along, and I don't want to spoil stuff by watching it. I don't know, perhaps I should, but they are great from what I have seen, so you should go watch them. Yes, so we will be resetting the server. I was probably off on some other tangent, but it doesn't matter, we're doing this now. We're going to be resetting the server back to an empty, infinite world so that we can start doing exploring, that sort of thing, because of course that world was before a lot of the updates, so, and we couldn't move them across. We can't. It's not really feasible to move one of the old worlds into the new infinite worlds because they don't unload properly, and there's bugs and stuff like that. There may be some problems, considering that Space Engineers is really not in the best place at the moment, and some big updates are coming with planets and the multiplayer fixes, stuff like that. So hopefully they don't ruin the worlds. Planets probably will, come to think about it, but that's probably a few months away, and by then we might have to reset the world anyway. I don't know, but we're going to do that very shortly because there's quite a few people, by quite a few I mean about 5, who are a bit more interested in playing Space Engineers again, and we've met some new people, that kind of thing. So we're going to basically reset everything to do with the whitelist server, and that includes the whitelist itself. We're going to make it pretty much YouTubers only, and the reason for that is because YouTubers are not very fun to play with. We spend a lot of time worrying about pretentious wanky crap, and we trying to record, trying to play with other people recording. It's not that much fun, so we're going to separate that away so that people who enjoy just making things like Let's Plays, what happens with Anubis' stuff is he can spend, I don't know, I think about 3 or 4 hours building, either before or during a recording, just for one 20-30 minute episode. I used to do the same thing back before I preferred to do talky stuff, but I'd like to start that again. There'll be a whole bunch of new people, there'll be 5. We'll look at expanding more. You can apply for that as well. For the whitelist, it is a matter of sort of getting to know you and liking playing with you, that kind of thing. It's not an exact science. It is subjective. But if you send me an email, that'll be down below, and you have a channel you want to start recording with others in Space Engineers on a dedicated server, then this might be the place for you. But what I'll probably try and get you to do is just to play with us, record some other stuff, and you get to know each other before we introduce you to this world, that kind of thing. We're going to try and set up regular group recording sessions so that it keeps us motivated to keep coming back, having fun with each other, and then we can record single player stuff and that in between. I'm looking to do more single player stuff. The reason why I haven't been uploading pretty much any single-player stuff since I have moved house. My computer is in a public area, and there's only a specific period of time when I can really record, which is between about 9:30 p.m. at night and round about midnight, sometimes later on, like weekends. It depends what time I have to get up in the morning. That's about early morning in North America, about midday in Europe, plus or minus a few hours. And because I'd started so many series with so many different people and having so much fun with them, my weeks are booked out sometimes a couple of weeks in advance. Every single night that I'm free to record, I'm recording with a group, and so I just don't have time to make single player stuff. Even this, I've had to sort of sneak this in. The people are waiting for me at this point because I'm recording the main menu of Space Engineers. I'm going to try and cut back on a few of the multiplayer series, force myself to go back into single player, because I really like making single player videos, and they're a lot more popular, so I'm assuming people like them too. And I would like to put a bit more effort into actually building things. It really depends on Space Engineers and whether I can fall back in love with it, because it has been difficult to like. It's a trying game. It's not done. When it's done, I can see myself liking it a lot more, but until that time, until they fix a lot of the random crap that goes on, it's a hard game to play. You spend 45 minutes on a loading screen to get back to the main menu, as an example. But anyway, back to the main point of this episode that has already gone on far too long, the update I mean. The whitelist server, because it's being reset, will obviously lose a lot of things that we've been working a long time for. And that is sad. That's one of the reasons why this hasn't happened sooner, is because we're perpetually halfway through something. There's no time, there's no good time to do it. You're always halfway through something. But I think the response to that, and what I always tell myself, is that sandbox games are never about the destination. I know this is a wanky cliche, but it is very much about the journey. There is no point to any sandbox game. That is kind of the point of them, and it is all about the process of building, the friendships that you make, the silly things that happen. It's about the experience of building and then destroying it and then rebuilding again. There's no end, there's no good time to stop, but we have to draw a line in the sand and say we have to start again now, because otherwise, pretty much everyone can't get on the server anyway. If they do, then it's 5 frames a second. I know General Hatchet in the pilot recording of the Niddcast, which has been going out, which wasn't released, that was just a test one, but he said that he got like 1 frame a second looking at the Barack Obama platform. It is a shame to be leaving a lot of it behind, especially for Anubis. He's put a lot of work into his base, and it's starting to really look good, but we can always do that again, so we are. I have a whole bunch of other stuff that I want to talk about, because I haven't been playing single player stuff and doing my normal Nidd whitelist episodes. There's so much stuff to talk about that I haven't, but I think I'm going to leave it there and just say that it is going to be reset. We're going to have some new people if you want to join in. The details are in the description, but I have to end it here, so I will hopefully see you again soon in an actual world rather than a menu. Although I could start a series of his 30 minutes of this menu of a game. We could review all the menus of games, because there are some really bad ones. Sorry, I'm kind of considering doing that. No. We'll end here, so goodbye.